What's up, guys? Welcome to the Anime Sensei channel. Before we start this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon if you don't want to miss our future videos. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the list. Ten. Hyakuren no Hao, Teisayaku no Valkyria. After wanting to test out an urban legend about the shrine in his village, this foolish NC takes a photo of himself with next to the shrine divine mirror. He gets whisked off to another world with his solar-powered phone. And from the looks of it, it seems like a world heavily influenced by the Norse mythology. He's then taken in by the Wolf Clan and cared for by them, so the only thing left for him to return the favor for them by expanding their area of rule and territory. 9. Izumo Takeki Tsurugi no Senki. Known as Izumo, Flash of a Brave Sword to English fans, it's an exciting supernatural adventure anime focused on martial arts. The anime also has a bit of romance and drama, and we get to see some cool fight scenes too. In this anime, Yagi Takero has been living an interesting but quiet life with his friends and family. But when earthquake strikes the school, everything changes. The school is empty and ruined. The town is deserted, and Takero realizes that he is now in another world. 8. Shining Tears X Wind. This might be the very first anime to ever show the concept of pulling the sword from inside of someone as a concept that later anime used in their tropes. This series is based off a game with the same title, so don't go expecting so much from the show, and the fact that it's pretty old school. However, when it comes to a sense of adventure, dread, and the fate of the world therein being in jeopardy, this show does a great job in portraying those aspects that any successful isekai needs in it. 7. Death March Kara Hajimaru Isekai Kyushu Kyoku. This guy reminds me of myself and my dreams when I binge a video game for a while. I start to dream I am in the actual game. Coincidentally, that's exactly what happened to Setao, the MC of this series, in real life. He's nothing but a humble debugger, with a lot of work piling up on him. He closes his eyes for 2 seconds, and the next thing he knows, he's in a world made up of the compilation of games he's been debugging. With no time to take things in, he's assaulted by an army of lizardmen. In his confusion, he retaliated with a very powerful spell. I almost felt bad for the lizardmen as he wiped them all out. In return, his level skyrocketed to 310, with hundreds, if not thousands of new skills unlocked at his disposal. So, now he's broken, with thousands of skills and spells, overpowered and overleveled. The only thing left for him to do now is to explore the world he was sent to, since there doesn't seem to be any means to return to his world in the time being. The show has a decent enough premise and idea to have you hooked to it, as well as the on-point execution, and the events that transpire later in the series make it all the worthwhile. 6. Princess Connect Redive. Another action anime set in a game world. A man named Yuki falls from the sky, having no memory of his past life. Yuki gets acquainted with the elf named Kokoro, the battle-skilled Pecorin, and the magical girl Carol. Together, this group explores this strange world, taking on monsters, exploring the lands, and also trying to fix Yuki's missing memory. 5. Nakanohito Genome Jikyochu. Such an irony for a prominent and famous streamer that thrives on views from people how he plays games for him to become the actual game. This is what happened to Akatsuki Iride after playing the infamous game The Ones Within Genome. As he is transported into the game, Iride finds a lot of other famous game streamers like him, each with their own gaming specialty and style. In a way, the situation they are in is like Saw the horror movie, except that this time they will actually work together rather than kill each other in order to survive and collect the 100 million views. This series' concept of being stuck in a game is like SAO, but can't be any further than it, with players using their skills and wits while exploring the dark, gloomy pasts of each one of them. 4. Kimono Michi Rise Up. Well, This is what happens when you love Pokemon and just can't stop going off to the gym to train. This pro wrestler was isekai to a fantasy world of monsters and dragons, with the princess making a plea for him to help them destroy the beasts infesting their world. And what did he do? Oh, nothing much. He just German suplexed the living daylights out of her and went off on an adventure to find mystical creatures, capture, and befriend them. This wrestler just wants to open an exotic pet shop, and he's prepared to go far and wide just to supply his customers with the pets they want. Three, Genjitsu Shugi Yusha no Okoku Saikinki. This guy, on his arrival in this foreign world after the success of the hero summoning ritual, is transported to the kingdom of Elfrieden Kingdom, was directly made king, and given the freedom to rule as he sees fit. And if that wasn't enough, the king also promised him the hand of his daughter in the marriage, just like that. However, he was different from other heroes whom you just point for them at a monster and they go blindly to kill it, thinking it will solve everything. Instead, he took a more realistic approach and rebuilt the kingdom from scratch, gaining the respect of the ruling family and the love of the people, as well as the love of the princess. 2. Oda Nobuna no Yabao. In this show, all the feudal lords of old are transformed into hot, sexy women. But the biggest change was that they made Oda Nobunaga, the demon himself, a woman and a blonde one at that. The MC that got transported there already has knowledge of all that transpires in that era, but refrains from saying so or divulging anything to anyone around him in order to preserve the timeline and keep it intact, not wanting to fragment it more than had already happened with all the feudal lords becoming women. All he can do is watch as the events unfold and hope that the timeline isn't torn to shreds. 1. Tsuki ga Michibiku Isekai Daochu. A goddess breaking a contract with him only because of his looks. Damn, that's harsh. I can't wait to see the bitch regret her decision. Just like that, Makoto was deserted by the goddess and exiled to the wastelands, although he does gain some help from Tsukuyomi, granting Makoto his blessing and telling him to live freely as he sees fit. Makoto might not have that many abilities, but he's got a virtually never-ending supply of mana that he puts to use thanks to the weapons and items crafted by the dwarves, including his ring, in which he stores energy, and the bow that transforms his unsurmountable amounts of mana into magical energy that he can blast from the bow, making him pretty powerful to say the least. The anime might have been overlooked by some, but one thing for sure is that this anime is hella fun and will give you a great time watching it. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and leave a comment. And if you're new to the channel, you should consider turning that red subscribe button gray. I post regular content like every 2 days or so. Well then, see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe and watch anime.
If you got a problem to speak out, I'm a cowboy and let's bebop. The Steins Gate at the treetop. Berserk what I'm keeping on rewatch. Hunter, I freak out. When I'm in my room, you should keep out. I'm a ghost of the shell, put you through hell like gun grave. That's a story to tell if you